Hi, my name is Jamie O'Neill. I work in the community stroke team in Armagh and Dungannon. I'd just like to introduce Rose Casey. Rose Casey had a stroke in April 2016 and she was initially admitted to the Royal and then transferred to Craigavon to acute services and then non-acute in South Tyrone and then discharged home under the care of the community stroke team. She was then referred to day hospital and voluntary services such as Chest, Heart and Stroke, Disability Action, gym programme and Stroke Association. Rose is a shining example of how all these services has helped to aid her recovery and the benefits of them all. She has made fantastic recovery and continues to make recovery 10 months post-stroke. Rose is a remarkable lady and an absolute inspiration. And I remember saying to me in therapy that she never looks back on her stroke, she always looks forward. So I'd just like to end on wishing Rose the best in all her future care.
Hello, my name is Rose Casey and I had a stroke on the 27th of April 2016 and I spent time in the Royal in Craigavon and Lone House and I received rehab in physio, OT, speech and language and nursing care. One of the therapies that I received was so important to my recovery, and that was physiotherapy. It would give me back my independence. At the beginning of my physio, I couldn't walk. I needed a steady or a wheelchair to get to my physio sessions. I started with the very basics, sit to stand. I was part of a project where they photographed my every move. When I didn't get it right, I had to do it again and again. Focusing on these basic skills helped me to develop and to take a bigger challenge like walking. The physios were excellent and so patient with me. Currently in physio, I walk independently. I have gained strength back in my leg and my arm, not fully, but where I was before my stroke, I am getting there. This has been achieved through a personalised programme tailored for me by the physios. Lots of different exercises, some quite challenging, but very worthwhile. Having access to lots of different types of equipment, for example, parallel bars, resistance equipment, and also different techniques from the various physios to get the best out of me. Then I was introduced to OT when I was given the encouragement with personal care, with washing and dressing. I was encouraged to stop nursing my arm. It needed to be used. And they were always saying to me, if you don't use it, you lose it. And they are right. Big achievement, I made a cup of tea. And that was a big achievement for me because with the OT, I was able to go to the room, put on the kettle, put a tea bag into a pot, boil the kettle, put the water on the tea bag and pour a cup of tea. And when that was all done, I was able to sit down and have the cup of tea. And that was a great achievement. And as I said before, whenever I took my stroke, I was making a cup of tea in the house. So this was really a big achievement for me. Then this brought me on to the biometrics and where the OT was using a program, biometrics E-Link computer program to strengthen my arm, my leg and develop my range of movement. The games got more difficult as I improved, so it adjusted accordingly to my level of improvement. There were games, balls in a basket, exercise for grip strength. At the docks, I was loading and using my grip strength to loading crates at the docks. I was using a pegboard. I was using the Wii, so you could play games here as well. So this was a great part of my achievements. It wasn't all boring stuff. It was exciting to be able to play a Wii, and I hadn't played a Wii for years. All these activities, they encouraged me, the OT gave me encouragement, and we could see from one week to the next the improvement that I was making. Everything was recorded. The other therapy that I received was speech and language, and I didn't like speech and language. This was something that didn't really appeal to me at all. And those girls came in to me and they would say to me, Rose, give me the names of 10 fruits. Rose could start off and she'd do well and she thought she was doing great. And then they'd say, Rose, give me another 5. And I thought, oh my God, here I have to go again. I have to do this again. But I would, name 10 fruits, and I was naming things like a pomegranate. And I thought, what's wrong with an apple? Or 10 modes of transport. And one of the things that I mentioned to them as a mode of transport was a catamaran. Now, what was wrong with mentioning a car? But because of my brain injury, these simple things weren't coming to my mind. I was frustrated and I didn't like it. But at the end of the day, it really worked. When they tested me in the hospital, I got a 0. I didn't score anything. And then after I had been out of hospital and in my own home, and the speech and language therapist came to my home and she set me out this test. And I got my full scores in those tests. And those were tests that I had done earlier. So therefore, I have a big thank you to the speech and language people who persevered with me and listened to me moaning and crying and not being able to do whatever. I got signed off then by the speech and language for talking too much. But it's something that I would like to do. I would like to do a wee course on it. It's something that I think it's very important to any stroke patient to stick with speech and language, even though you can get frustrated and you can't remember the 10 things and whatever. My therapy then continued in the community, and through the Chest, Heart and Stroke Association, I attended Mullinure, where I took part in exercises and listened to wee talks about various lifestyle. I then proceeded, I was referred by the physio to the gym, and I go there twice a week and use different equipment to get myself fit again. The key to my rehab was the patients shown to me. The staff never got frustrated and they always gave me encouragement. Excellent guidance. It was always explained what to do and what I would be doing next and what I was doing well. Clear communication. Staff always spoke to me in a way that I understood. Excellent demonstrations and modelling of what I had to do. Staff were always hands-on. I felt cared for at all times and the care was second to none. My advice to anyone who's had a stroke: it is important for patients to set realistic goals and to listen to the professionals. Have as many sessions as possible and always ask for more or take extra if it is offered. To give each session everything you have. Get involved in as many things as you can in the community, and they all help to get you back to normality quicker. Give it all you have. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the staff for their patience and their help in helping me to achieve my goals.